Alright, welcome back everybody. This is video 2 of section 3 from unit 2 of AP Calculus, estimating derivatives of a function at a point. We're going to pick up where we left off at the end of video 1. We kind of ran out of time as we were starting to look at example 4. So we're going to pick right up here at example 4. This is adapted from free response question number 2 from the 2017 AP Calculus AB exam. This is a portion of that free response question. Customers remove bananas from a display table at the grocery store at a rate modeled by f of t equals 10 plus 0.8t times the sign of the quantity t cubed over 100 for 0 is less than t is less than or equal to 12, where f of t is measured in pounds per hour and t is the number of hours after the store has opened. Okay, so first we're supposed to find f prime of 7. Now this is a function that, while it is certainly possible for me to take the derivative of the function, it's not a particularly fun one, and since this was adapted from free response number 2, we know that this is a calculator active free response, because questions 1 and 2 are always calculator active. Back in the old days, even question 3 was calculator active, but it's been a while. So that means we know we have our calculator available to us to complete this problem, and so we're going to use the numerical derivative to help us find f prime of 7. So I'm going to go ahead and break my calculator out, and what I want to do is I want to take the derivative of this at 7. So I'm going to go ahead and use my numerical derivative. Use whatever keystrokes are appropriate for the calculator that you're using. If you don't remember, you want to either refresh your memory with your notes or look back at video number 1 for this particular section. So we're going to take the derivative of that with respect to t, and on my calculator this is how we're going to evaluate that. And I'm going to go ahead and let my calculator do that. And I get that f prime of 7 is approximately negative 8.120. Negative 8.119 would also be acceptable here, since we can round or truncate correctly to 3 places after the decimal point. And so I could just chop off all the digits after the third one and have negative 8.119 as my answer, or round it and have negative 8.120 as my answer. One thing we don't want to have here is negative 8.12. And then the second part of this question, so, estimating the derivative using the numerical derivative, not so hard. And then the second part of this question, using correct units, explain the meaning of f prime of 7 in the context of the problem. And so we're going all the way back to the skill that we learned at the beginning of unit 4, and that is explaining the meaning of this in the context. So I want to specify the time at time t equals 7. And my units for time are hours. Time t equals 7 hours after the store opened. And then my context. The function f represents the rate at which bananas are removed. The rate at which bananas are removed from the display table is decreasing, since the derivative is negative, is decreasing at a rate of 8.120 And then I need the rate for the derivative here. F of t is measured in pounds per hour, and time is measured in hours. So our unit is going to be pounds per hour. And there's my meaning of f prime of 7 in the context of this problem. Okay, let's move on. One more example here. Example 5, which is adapted from free response number 1 from the 2014 AP Calculus AB exam. Grass clippings are placed in a bin where they decompose. For time 0 to 30, the amount of grass clippings remaining in the bin is modeled by A of t equals 6.687 times 0.931 to the t, where A of t is measured in pounds and t is measured in days. So part A. Find the average rate of change over the interval, indicate units of measure. Okay, if we want average rate of change, we're really just looking for slope over the interval. So we're looking for A of 30 minus A of 0, all over 30 minus 0. A of 30. And you know what? We can really probably just go ahead to a final answer here, instead of showing all the intermediate, since this is a calculator problem. So I'm going to go ahead and put 30 into this function, 6.687 times 0.931 to the 30th minus 6.687 times 0.931 to the 0. I guess I could have just made that 1. Close my numerator. Divided by parenthesis. Making sure not to forget to put my numerator and denominator in parentheses. For those of you who have the, math type, that's easy for you to see. I think I typed all of that in correctly. And so we get negative 0.197. And the A of t is measured in pounds, and time is measured in days, so our units here are going to be pounds per day. And again, negative 0.196 would be acceptable as well as my answer, since we can truncate that. All right, and then we've got a part B here. Find the value of A prime of 15 using correct units. Interpret the meaning of the value in the context of the problem. So we're going to start with A prime of 15. Again, we have our calculator, so we're going to go ahead and use the numerical derivative. So I'm going to take the derivative of 6.687 times 0.931 to whatever power, whatever letter you opt to use, evaluating it at time 15, and we get negative 0.164, negative 0.163, also acceptable. If you look at what my calculator gave me, we can truncate. And now I'm supposed to interpret the meaning of the value in the context of the problem. So on the 15th day, that grass clippings are in the bin, so I've used units and explained the time on the 15th day that grass clippings are in the bin. And then let's see what's going on with my function here. This is the amount of grass clippings in the bin. So the amount of grass clippings is my context. Remaining in the bin is decreasing at a rate of 0.164. And again, we're talking about the rate of change, so my units here, since A of t is measured in pounds and t is measured in days, the derivative of that is going to be measured in pounds per day. All right, and that is the end of that problem, example 5. That brings us to the end of this video from Unit 2, Section 3. For those of you who are in my class, there are some practice problems and also my AP assignment to do related to this. Please make sure you complete those. And have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time for Unit 2, Section 4. And we'll continue on our journey. All right, have a great one, everybody. See you next time.